if you are interested on attaching pockets to your palazzo pants, your free trousers, either on your vintage fabrics, your Ankara, whatever it is, this video is for you. Okay, also if you are interested in making these trousers, palazzo pants trousers, I'll be uploading a video of this, so you subscribe to my channel and you'll be notified. Okay, put on your notification so that you'll be seeing this video and more of my videos. Okay, so in this video I'll be showing only the pockets, and it is detailed, straightforward, and I'll be making alterations, corrections, and all that. Stay tuned. Welcome to Nexa Fashion 247, and I'm so excited to upload this video on how to attach your pockets. Okay, it's a DIY on how to attach pockets to your palazzo pants, your free trousers, something not fitted. Do you get? So you can use this method on vintage fabrics or on Ankara fabrics, and you will love the result at the end. So I'm trying to get the measurement, the wideness of the pocket. So the wideness should be around 7 inches, and the depth, okay, I used about 7 or 8 inches here, I've forgotten, but you can use 9 or even 10 inches. Okay, so like I said, the wideness is about 7 inches, and that is on fold, and the depth, that's the vertical measurement of the distant pant should be within 8, 9, or even 10 inches. So you cut that on fold, and you cut it 2 pieces, because you're going to use it for both sides of the pocket, both right and left, okay, of the pants or on the trousers. So you cut it out straight like that, okay, and then when you cut it, the first piece, you use it to cut the second piece, so that they will be the same length and the same width, like you see me doing. Sorry, the camera is not capturing the whole thing. I was not aware. I apologize for that. Okay, so you cut it out like you see me doing, and then after you cut it down, you'll see the next step to do. Just stay tuned, just stay and watch this video to the end, and you will see how easy it is to attach a trousers. Okay, sorry, a pocket to a trousers. So after cutting that out, you bring the front piece. Okay, listen carefully. You will bring the front piece of your trousers that you have already cut. I will be uploading a video on how I cut these trousers. Okay, so you will see this piece. You bring the piece like this, you lay it, let it be facing you upwards like you see me doing, and you carry one piece of the pocket that you have already cut. Then with right sides facing right sides, I repeat, right sides facing right sides, okay, you place it like that. So I'm trying to get the tape so that I'll be measuring the wideness and the depth of the pocket. So you, from the waist, from the hip side, you measure about 4 inches. 4 inches, okay? Then for the depth, you measure about 4 or 5 inches, depending on how wide you want your pocket opening to be. 4 on the waistline, and then 4 on the side of the hip down, 4 or 5, okay? Then you use your ruler to connect it with a slant like you see me do, okay? You connect it like that with a slant, and that is where you're going to be running. Sorry, a call interrupted. So like you see me do, I connected it with a slant, right? Yes. So you use your pins and hold them down both the pocket piece and the trousers piece. So I was trying to repeat the process here, 4 inches and about 5 inches down there. That's the hip side of the pants. Okay, so you have some allowances. I should have actually done it longer, but I did it shorter. So but when you are doing yours, please make it longer. Make the vertical line to be about maybe 10 inches, 8 10 inches. Okay, so this is when I was done running the stitches from my machine. Okay, you see the pins I used to hold it down. Now this fabric is a vintage fabric. If you know vintage fabrics, they are very wavy, they move around, they are very silky, one kind like that. So if you don't use pins, you might not get the accurate, measurement of what you are looking for. So you cut that excess, that part out. That is the opening of your pocket. You leave around about maybe half an inch or even less than that. Just cut it out, okay? But don't let it be too close to the stitches so that it doesn't open, okay? So here, just take a look at how it turns out. So this is it, okay? This is how it looks. So you use your iron, you heat up your iron in a low heat. It is a vintage fabric, so make sure your iron is on a low heat, because if you make it very hot, it will contract the fabric and it's going to mess up with your measurement. Okay, so you iron to the side of the pocket piece, then you close it up like that and you still iron it down. You remember I told you I was supposed to do longer than this on the pocket, but I didn't. See the remaining, if you check, you see that my pocket is not deep. Okay, but when you're making yours, make sure you come down by about 9 to 10 inches so that it becomes deep. You can be able to put your phones, money, or some things in your pockets. So after you press it down like that, you use pins to hold them again, then you run stitches at the side. You can style it by doing, I don't know, just run a stitch there however you want it, but don't let the stitches get up to half an inch. Let it be, yes, just less than half an inch so that it's a kind of styled. So look at this, see how it looks. Okay, see where the inches, the stitches stops. So that is what I did. And you'll be wondering why I use a black fabric. Okay, I did not use the real fabric. It's because of how the fabric is moving around. That is why I decided to use this black fabric, so that it would be easy for me to hold it down or to stitch. It's easier to stitch down. Okay, so I'll be covering the part. I'll be covering the part of, the plate, the what do you call it, the pocket opening. I'll be covering that part with that fabric. So that is what I was trying to measure. This is the middle, this is the middle. So you move from the middle a bit, okay, a bit, like maybe 2 inches, then you rule a straight line like that. Okay, then you bring your extra pieces, like this is an extra piece of the fabric I used for the pants. This part is not part of, it's just excess. Okay, so you place it on top like you see me do, to get the accurate measurement of the piece that we will be cutting to cover up the opening of that pocket. I don't know if that made sense, but just watch to the end, you understand what I was trying to do. Okay, so I placed it down like that, and I will be using my scissors to cut exactly the part you see. Yes, I'll be cutting exactly, and my scissors is misbehaving. I keep saying I'll be getting a new scissors, but I have a bigger scissors, but no, it gives me it gave me knuckles, the bigger one, so I prefer using the small scissors. So you cut it out like that. Okay, and when you are done cutting it, you use that piece to cut the other one for the other side of the pocket or the other side of the trousers. Okay, so you place it right sides facing each other like you see me do. Okay, and then you cut. Yep. So viewer, what are you still waiting for? Give me a like, subscribe to my channel, and I'll be bringing DIYs, simple tricks, okay, on how to achieve things that might actually look complex. These things are not magic. Just subscribe to my channel, and I'll be uploading a lot of this kind of videos, okay, that will help you in your journey, your fashion journey, okay. And if you subscribe, you are also supporting me, you're supporting my page to grow. So thank you very much. Back to what we were doing. So you place it in this manner to make sure that it covers the area, okay. Then you flip it right sides facing right side and you stitch it down. Don't forget that is the right side of the pocket, okay, the right side of the pocket. So you stitch it. All right, so this is after I was done stitching. Place it like that and stitch it on that line that we have. Open it up and cover that part. That is the part that your pocket will be showing under. So you use your iron and iron it down flat. Make sure it is well ironed, okay. Make sure that you iron it very well. Yes, so after you have ironed it out, you determine the midpoint of the pocket from under, okay. You determine the midpoint of the pocket from under like so, okay. That's the midpoint. And then you run a stitch straight and you take it up close to where, yes, you just take it up like that. You stop there. You run a stitch down and take it up and you stop, okay. You are running the stitches only on the pocket. Yes, only on the pocket. So this is when I was done running the stitch, okay, that way and up. Then you notch the end. Please do not notch together with your trousers, your trouser piece. You are notching only on the piece of the pocket, not on the piece of the trousers. I hope you understand that, okay. So you flip it inwards and you press. Flip it inwards like that and you give it a good press. All right, we are almost done. We're almost done with the video. Just stay tuned to the end and see the end result. Okay, I was trying to bring out the notched part. Make sure it is well notched so that it will come out, because that is the part you'll be attaching your back piece. All right, so you bring out the notched piece, bring it out. Then when you are stitching your back piece, you give that place a double stitch. At the top here, you stitch also where you see my hand showing, my finger showing. So this is the back piece of the trousers, okay. For one side, we're just working on one side, so you will do the same process for the other side. I was actually looking for where the other piece is. Yes, so this is it. You place the back piece together like so. Please, if you are a beginner like me, use pins. Always use pins to hold them down. Hold it down and do a double stitch at the pocket, that middle part, that where you see my hand holding. Do a double stitch up and down there. Then you stitch down to the hem of the trousers. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and